retake number 365. Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you the captivating tale of a woman named Louise Van Houten, a name once synonymous with the notorious Charles Manson cult. Imagine a life marred by a dark past, marked by choices that led her down a treacherous path. But as we explore her story, let us remember that redemption is a possibility even in the most unlikely of circumstances. Louise Van Houten, born August 23, 1949, in Altadena, California, led a seemingly ordinary life until she encountered the charismatic and manipulative figure of Charles Manson. In the late 1960s, Manson led a cult known as the Manson Family, a group infamously responsible for a series of brutal murders that shook and shocked the world. In August 1969, Louise Van Houten, then just 19 years old, participated in the heinous killings of Lino and Rosemary LaBianca, a couple living in Los Angeles. The Manson family targeted the LaBiancas as part of their twisted ideology to incite a race war they believed would lead to a social collapse. Van Houten's involvement in these gruesome attacks left an indelible mark on her life, one she would spend decades trying to reconcile. After being convicted of murder and conspiracy to commit murder in 1971, Louise Van Houten was initially sentenced to death. However, her sentence was later commuted to life imprisonment when the California Supreme Court invalidated the state's death penalty statute. In the years that followed, Van Houten underwent a significant transformation. She expressed deep remorse for her actions and participated in extensive therapy and rehabilitative programs while incarcerated. She demonstrated a commitment to personal growth and dedicated herself to helping others by earning a bachelor's degree in psychology. In recent years, Louise Van Houten's parole hearings have sparked intense debate. Despite her efforts towards rehabilitation, many argued against her release, citing that the severity of her crimes. However, in 2019, after numerous failed attempts, a parole board finally recommended her release. It is important to note that the decisions ultimately rest with the California governor, who can either approve or deny parole, which he did many times. Gavin Newsom. So she did actually stab a pregnant lady. Her and another lady took turns. One did 16 stabs, maybe the other did 15 stabs, but they shared the duties. But as for Leslie, her net worth is allegedly $12 million, but that may not be accurate. But they've used her likeliness and her image and her story over the past 53 years. And because it's her name, her story, even though she committed a crime, they do have to compensate her for the use of her name and stuff like that. Now, I don't know how much money went to the families or anything like that, and I don't even know if she did get to keep this money, but this is what allegedly is the amount that she saved over the years because she wasn't free to spend it, basically. Louise Van Houten was convicted of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Specifically, she was found guilty of her involvement in the killings of Lino and Rosemary LaBianca. And the murders took place, in 1969, and it was carried out by members of Charles Manson cult, who also known as the Manson Family, but Van Houten participated in the brutal slaying along with other members of the cult under the influence of Manson manipulative control and ideology. And let's not forget the LSD. She claimed to be, at the time, very high on LSD and very, very brainwashed. But she turned her life around. So while the case of Louise Van Houten raised profound questions about justice, rehabilitation, and the possibility of redemption, It serves us as a reminder that even in the darkest of circumstances, individuals can strive for personal growth and change. Ultimately, it's up to society to decide whether Leslie Van Houten has paid her debt to society or whether she deserves a second chance at freedom. She has been granted that wish. She is in her 70s, her early 70s. It's been 53 years, and now she's finally going to taste the air of freedom. This is Lordship Monologues. This is the second edition or rendition. There will be a third. Feel free to suggest other monologues, other topics in the comments, and thank you for listening.